Well, hello, my unicorn people. I'm probably always entering with that. Anywho, I have not been on YouTube in a while because, my iPad broke. But anyways, as you can see, I have a new hair color with a black peekaboo. I actually dyed my hair a few times. I don't even think I've made a video ever since I've joined high school. Joined? I did not join because that would mean I would willingly go. Anyways, as you can guess, I will probably be doing this video about high school. Don't ask me why I said probably. This is a video about high school. I must ask you a question, but I'll save it for later. Anyways, let's not talk about that little scene you just saw there. Anywho, this is for the freshmen out there that are just joining high school because, you know, that's what freshmen are. No duh. Okay, so here I go. The first one is, don't act cool just to fit in. Because in the end, you won't really get any real friends out of that. You really just gotta be yourself. Like, literally. You should see me. I am the weirdest chick you will ever find in high school probably. Oh my gosh, I cannot stress this enough. This is one of my first rules, which I should have said first, because what you gotta do is you gotta try your best to stay out of upperclassmen's way. You do not want to get in the way of upperclassmen. When I mean upperclassmen, I mean seniors, juniors, and sophomores. You are a freshman. Don't act like you are high and mighty. Just because you came from 8th grade to 9th grade doesn't mean anything. You might have been at the top of the chain, whatever, at 8th grade, but in freshman year, you're at the bottom of the food chain now. People will literally trample you and won't say sorry. So, just don't get in the way of upperclassmen. Unless they actually engage in conversation with you or, like, try to be friends with you, then you can be nice. Just do not brag. That should be self-explanatory. If you brag too much, people are going to think that you're really rude and just stuck up because you're just going to be like, oh, well, look at this phone I got. Nobody really cares about your phone unless you're one of those people that really do, but I don't see anyone like that. Don't brag about your expensive accessories or something like that because everyone's just going to be like, oh, wow, what a person you are. Stay away from saying you hate somebody. I might not be a good example for that because literally at my school I will say I hate everybody, which is kind of a stupid idea because I am a freshman now because like I said in the beginning, I am in my 3rd try of being a freshman. And I made the mistake of saying I hated someone in my acting class, and it was a senior actually, but you know, he was really rude. So I said, oh, well, I hate you, so, and then he told the whole senior group that he hangs out with, which I don't really like that kind of group. I stay away from that group, but not that you guys have to, but yeah, that wasn't really a good idea. Don't try too hard to fit into a group. When I mean this is, I did that at one point in time, but that wasn't in high school. That was actually in 7th grade. I decided I wanted to be seen, so I dyed my hair black and I wore a bunch of rainbow, and it was really crazy. And I tried too hard, and a lot of people didn't like me in 7th grade. I always wondered why, and that was exactly why, because I tried too hard. Now I do whatever I want. Like, I really do not care what people think, and that's what you should do. You shouldn't really care what people think about you. Even if some people hate you, there will be some friends out there that will actually like your style. So just don't try to fit in. Don't try too hard to fit in. Just don't. 2 of these, for now, or for this little segment part that I'm doing, don't be lazy on work. That's really simple to understand. Just don't do your work, if you know what I mean by that. Like, do your work, because in the end, only if you want to get into a good college or you want to be good and successful in life, you're gonna have to do really good in classes. Nobody knows, but freshman year is mostly your most important year because that's the starting point of your new adult life, everyone likes to say. So yeah, That means studying, taking notes. Even when the teacher says you might not need to take notes, I would just take notes anyways. That's what I always do. Even if it takes 2 notebooks, who cares? Take notes, study every night whenever there's a test. Make sure you do your homework because that's important too. I failed a lot of classes in my first try because I was like, oh, this is high school. It's not going to affect me that much. But guess what? It does. I don't know about your schools, but my school, it's mandatory to have a gym in 9th and 10th grade, so that means freshman and sophomore year. I always carry deodorant and perfume in my bag at all times, no matter what. You can keep it in your gym locker also, because they usually give out locks for that. So there's either that or you can just keep it in your bag, but I would say that would be mandatory as well. As mandatory as your gym class. Bring deodorant and perfume. Or cologne, whatever if you're a guy or a girl. Seriously, you will regret not bringing it. These ones I'm going to smush all into one big segment at the last part. Earbuds. You always want earbuds. Do not share earbuds with anyone else or they probably won't give it back, honestly. I've done that before. I've never gotten that pair back. Bring an extra pair just in case you don't get that that one pair back. Do not share lockers. I like that. You might like the idea that you and your friend are going to be buddy-buddy and share lockers, or you and your family, but in the end, it's really crowded. Like, the lockers I have are literally, I'm not even joking, this big, with like a big part on the top like that, and that's not enough room, and I shared it with 5 people at one point in time, and sometimes people would just join my locker without me even knowing, so that's a bad thing, because then they know your locker combination. I said that weird. But then they know your locker combination, and then they can tamper with things in your locker, so do not share lockers. Lastly, snacks. Oh my god, I cannot stress enough. You need snacks. Because in my school, we have one certain hour where we all have lunch all in it, but not all at the same time. There's 4 different lunches in 4th hour. That's what we have. And there's first lunch, second lunch, third lunch, 4th lunch, and of course it goes in that order. And so, bring snacks, because you are not going to survive 1st, 2nd, and 3rd hour without it. Or at least get breakfast, or like grab a muffin or a granola bar to stick in your backpack so you can eat it later so you don't die. Lastly, gum. A lot of people are asking for gum. And when I say gum, get lots of packets of gum. Have like a whole, like my cousin had her whole bag full of gum, I swear to God. But that all went away in 1 week because guess what? She shared it with people. Do not share your gum with people if you don't want to. Don't be the nice person. You don't have to be the nice person. Lastly, prepare to get trampled. Because I don't know about your guys' school, but at least in my school, there's over 3,000 people probably in that whole school. And although it is a huge school and there's a bunch of classes and different hallways you can take, there's always going to be a huge crowd of people. And I always like to call it traffic because you have to go 2 certain ways. 2 certain ways. And if you go on one side when it's supposed to go this way and you're going that way, yeah, you'll get trampled and no one will say sorry most times. Oh yeah, also, about buses, usually if you pick your own seat on the first day, no one will take it unless they're little butt nuggets, and they take it anyways. But I'm just saying, get to that bus early if you really want your own spot. So I guess that's all my lessons to you. I hope this was very useful for you and your upcoming freshman year. So I hope you guys have a great freshman year, whoever's watching this. I love you guys very much for watching this video. Hopefully you watch my other videos. Some of them I deeply regret but don't know how to delete. So you'll get to see my embarrassing videos. And yeah. Have a nice high school year.